In the aftermath of the Greek bailout deal focuses back on earnings, data, and Iran. Second quarter earnings season kicks into high gear while Iran and six major world powers signed a deal. This deal will see Iran limit its nuclear activity in return for the removal of sanctions. Before the bell, futures were mixed in a narrow range. On Monday, U.S. indices rose, led by shares in the software and services, retailing and consumer durables, and apparel sectors. 88% of the S&P 500 constituents traded higher in the previous session. After the market closed, Navient expected a second quarter core EPS of approximately 40 cents. In addition, the company revised its guidance for the fiscal year to approximately $1.85. Meanwhile, Axis Capital reported second quarter preliminary operating EPS to be between 90 and 96 cents. And FedEx is in talks to acquire at least 25 more of Boeing 767 cargo jets. Bloomberg cited two people familiar with the matter. And Asian markets were mixed today. The Nikkei gained 1.5%, while the Hang Seng was down by 0.4%. South Korea's Kospi pulled back by 0.11%. Meanwhile, European indices are mostly lower. Earnings releases that are expected today include Wells Fargo. Second quarter EPS is seen at $1.03 before the market. Now, in terms of Johnson & Johnson, second quarter EPS is seen at $1.68 versus $1.67 a year ago. And JP Morgan Chase's second quarter EPS is seen at $1.45 versus $1.56 a year ago. And last but not least, for Yum Brands, second quarter EPS is seen at 63 cents versus 76 cents a year ago. And this is on sales of approximately $3.2 billion. And last but not least, in terms of economic data, June retail sales do call for a gain of 0.3% in June, month over month. Meanwhile, in terms of import prices for the U.S. in June, a gain of 0.1% is expected. In terms of the small business optimism index for June coming out from the NFIB, a reading of 98.5 is expected. May business inventories are expected to gain by 0.3%. Now, regarding the trend for indices, the S&P 500 on an intraday basis, a continuation of the rebound is expected. Trading Central analysts prefer long positions above 2075 with targets coming in at 2096 and 2100 in extension. For the Nasdaq on an intraday basis, a further advance is expected. Trading Central analysts prefer long positions above 4438 with targets coming in at 4498 and 4516 in extension.